I've never made a money order here in US. The perception that comes with publishing paperbacks, my portfolio available to. I got a message from one of my vendors who basically it came down to the cost, and I don't feel. Welcome back. It's a Monday and I wanted to take you along with me this week. This week is a good week to take you along with me as I work on different projects since I don't have a lot of personal life commitments. I have been putting off this task for a very long time, but I think it's time to get on with it. What's holding me back is that I have to send a money order along with the documents, and I've never done that. I've never made a money order here in US. So first thing first, I have to figure out how that is done. Alright, I have everything. I have the form, the self-addressed stamped envelope for them to send back the documents to me. All I have to do is put in the money order and I should be good to go. So let's go to the post office. Entombed in my mind, can't seem to break away. Lost in time, thinking about better days. Do you ever get used to the pain? 'Cause I don't know if I can do this again. Now you got me wondering why you let me die alone inside. I die for you. That was a total waste of time because the post office was closed today, so we'll try to do this again tomorrow. Since I don't have a whole lot of time because I was out and about, so I just got my car fueled in, got it cleaned, but now I have a little bit of time before I have to wrap up the day. I'll do small little admin tasks. So the first one I want to get done is update my sales record. I have about a month's worth of sales that I haven't updated in my spreadsheet, so I'll do that first. I published a video last weekend. It was a video I really wanted to do a lot with, but because of the time crunch I couldn't put in a lot of information, but I think it's been received very well, so I'll just check in to see how that video is doing, look at the analytics, and also reply to any comments if there are any. So let's do that. I just finished replying to a comment that I got on this video, and I wanted to pin the reply, and it's a big reply that I have. I thought I'll make a dedicated video on this, but I think there's just so much that a dedicated video might not be enough, but I wanted to just quickly touch upon it. So this person who commented, this writer, they're asking me about whether publishing ebooks makes sense in India because how the reading habit is in India and the perception that comes with publishing paperbacks. And there are a few things that I really want you to look at when you are deciding upon which format to go with. And the first and the most important one is your target reader. And that is going to dictate everything else that you do regarding publishing, marketing, everything else. Don't mind the mess in the back, but what that means is if you are writing for a younger audience who is more comfortable reading ebooks, then it makes better sense to put your budget into creating a good experience for your readers who are going to pick up ebooks. But if you're writing for an audience, for a target reader who is not an ebook person and is going to buy only paperback, then your entire publishing strategy will be regarding paperbacks, and how you market paperbacks is going to be very different from how you market ebooks as well. So you have to get your target reader very clear in your mind. The other thing that you have to consider is the makeup of your target reader. If your target reader is young, who does not have a lot of disposable income, what kind of format are they going to buy? You have to take all those things into consideration, and this is just, I'm telling you, very surface level stuff. You have to dig deep into all these things and then come to a conclusion about formats. Of course, it makes it, especially Amazon, makes it very easy to have multiple formats. Now they even have hardbacks, but they are not yet in India. And if your target reader is going to be specifically from the Indian market, you have to take that into consideration when you are planning your publishing strategy, because a lot of those things will be driven by the audience, by the location where your readers are. And if you're going with Amazon for publishing paperbacks for an Indian market, the math is not going to work out, because the shipping cost is going to be just ridiculous and no one is going to buy it. So you have to think about those things as well. In my video that went up last week, I mentioned why I don't stress so much about publishing paperback in Indian market. I do have paperbacks in Indian market, but I don't stress about it. I don't allocate my budget disproportionate to what I have seen happen with my paperbacks. There are very, very few people who buy paperbacks in Indian market from my audience, from my target readers. So for me, it does not make sense so far with the books I've published so far. And it's going to be very different when it comes to my future books, and depending on which market I'm targeting. In the video that I shared last week, I also showed you all the different marketplaces, Amazon marketplaces, that my books are selling in. And my guess, I don't have the exact data on who is buying my book, but I know people in this market buy my book. And my guess is that Indians in those markets are buying my book. That's my best guess. There might be other people as well, but I know a good portion of them probably are Indians who are living abroad and come across my YouTube channel and probably buy my books. So I have to point that out to you as well, that you might be writing for an Indian audience who not necessarily lives in India. So consider these things when you are working on your publishing strategy. Now I have to close up for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Today's workday is split into two. So the first half I want to finish work on a freelance stuff, and the second half I want to record a video, but I haven't finished researching on the topic that I want to do the video on. So I want to try and get the freelance work done and spend some time researching. Don't mind the mess that is my desk right now. That's least of my worries. I want to quickly finish work on one of the articles that I did. I worked on it last week, but there's still some things I need to do to have that polished and ready. So I'll do that. And I'm also thinking about how I can make my portfolio available to clients. And right now I have it in my Google Drive, and I share the drive when I need to. But I'm thinking of moving everything in Notion. There's a whole strategy behind it, specifically the articles that I have on productivity and stuff. So I want to do that, but let's see how much time writing the article takes first.
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the
I just finished recording a few videos for Instagram stories, so I'll quickly edit it. I don't edit a whole lot. I just need to take off the beginning and the end and any ums or blank spaces. So I'll quickly do that, post it. I hope I can post it today. It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. So I'll finish that and then I'll go out for a walk because I feel I've been sitting here for a very long time. So I'll take a quick 10 minutes break, grab something to munch on as I take a quick round around my society. You know, when you've not written for a very long time, you've not gone back to your story, your manuscript for a long time, it's kind of hard to get back into the story, into your writing routine. I feel the same way. How to publish paperbacks in India. I know that a lot of you stress over that fact another time, but yeah, so as I'm gearing up for that, I'm refamiliarizing myself with everything and getting the latest on self-publishing and what's going on in the industry. Today is a short work day. I have only about till 11:30 that I can work, so a lot of focus work needs to get done. So I'm banking on my Pomodoro technique to knock off a lot of things today.
You're just standing on the cusp of what's okay and not morally gray, textbook insane. Now I'd like to draw this line you've crossed so many times. At this point I'm out of my mind.
I just finished recording YouTube Shorts, so I'll quickly edit it. It's about 45 seconds, so it should not take a long time to edit. So I'll quickly finish that, and then I have some freelance work that I have to send out. I have everything ready. I have to just give it a cursory look and then send out the email. So I'll finish that.
What's the point in loving someone morally confusing? It's not likely. You're so unlike me. Oh, I can't shake this feeling, 'cause I think I'm falling for the villain, and it's not looking like a good decision. Oh, and I try so hard to understand this, and you won't attempt to reprimand it. Should I sit, take it in, let it all unfold, or just say no? Oh,
I've been at my desk all morning, so I thought I'll come out, rest my eyes, look at some green and blues, and grab myself some lunch. So that's what I'm gonna do now in a little bit. Before that, just a little bit of quiet. Let's see. I hope this is centered. So today has been a very interesting work day, and this happens very frequently. I plan my week to do certain tasks, and then something comes up and you have to pivot. And that's what happened this week. I had some business related work which I have still not gotten to, and I hope tomorrow I get time to go to the post office and finish that work off.
run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
I think I have a decent outline. I'll still go through my points a few more times just to make sure that I have what I need to say. Anyways, now that's almost done. Today is the day of things just coming up. So I just got, not just, earlier this morning I got a message from one of my vendors who makes my books available for different book fairs that happen in India. And I haven't done any book promotion this year, and I haven't used that budget that usually I stash for these kind of things, and I haven't used that budget. But I kind of feel defeated. I mean, book sales are important and you have to continue pushing your books to see sales. But I don't know if I want to put in a little bit of money again into promoting these books, or should I just wait and have that budget for my books that are going to come out next year? I'm just wondering. So that's something that I have to figure out now. So I was chatting with my contact person for these book fairs. It's really cold today, so I have a blanket around me. But so I finished, I just chatted with this guy, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pay them the fee to have my books available for the two book fairs, the Pune Book Fair and the Lucknow Book Fair. One is in October and the other one is December, I think. So yeah, I'll pay them to get them start working on that. They already have my books, so they have an inventory. I have kept some books with them for this purpose. They already have that, so I don't have to get Pothi and then have those books shipped to them. So that's where I use Pothi the most. I have Pothi, and many people keep telling me, why do I use Pothi, and their experience is not good or whatever. But this is how I use Pothi. I primarily use Pothi for this purpose, to make my books available in these book fairs. So I get smaller number of books printed by them and then have them shipped over to wherever these vendors are to make them available for these book fairs. Anyways, so I think I'll go ahead and pay them. I think for both these places, they're giving a discount. Why I'm going ahead with this, I'm planning to publish a few books in the first or the second quarter of next year. So I'm going to treat this as a cost to get my name in front of people, so that when the next book comes out, people know that I exist, and if they've heard of me. So I'm sure you've heard of this many times, how many number of times you need to come in front of your audience for them to make the first purchase and things like that. I've made many videos on it, you can check it out. I show exact breakdown of the numbers and everything. I think I'm going to treat it as that, as just getting in front of people. If I don't make any sales, that's okay. That cost is going towards something, and I'm going to consider it as my marketing cost, and let's see how it turns out. Last two things to do today is to finish some work that I had left over from the workshop that I attended last week, and once that is done, it should take me around 30 minutes, I feel, to finish those exercises, those writing exercises. And once I'm done with that, I want to transfer all the footage for this vlog. So far, I think I have done one transfer, so I'll have to check where I stopped and then transfer the rest, and get it all situated in my editing app so that I can start work on it tomorrow. This is one bucket, a lot of stories that come into this bucket. This is a question too that this is one of those things where people talk about different things in the writing world and all the same thing. So there is a hook in the plot of
You're just standing on the cusp of what's okay and not morally gray, textbook insane. Now I'd like to draw this line you've crossed so many times. At this point I'm out of my mind. What's the point in loving someone morally confusing? It's not likely is so unlike me.
So I officially logged off my work today, but I have to make up my mind about something, and I just have a few hours left to do that. There's something regarding my business that's come up fairly recently. I was not anticipating it, and I have to make up my mind whether to make this financial investment, and it's a big investment for me at this point in my business. And I know I want it. I know I'll benefit from it. I know I'll see returns from it, but I'm not sure about the price, about the financial commitment that it'll take. And I'm just on the fence. I have just a few more hours. So I decided to go on a walk now and think about it.
Oh, I can't shake this feeling, 'cause I think I'm falling for the villain, and it's not looking like a good decision. And I try so hard to understand this, and you won't attempt to reprimand it. Should I sit, take it in, let it all unfold, or just say no?
I had a pretty late start to work today, but I think I'll be able to get enough work done for today so that I'm not carrying forward a whole lot into next week. There are a few things like I didn't get to that money order, so that is going to happen next week now. But I have to prioritize that. I feel I've been putting it off for such a long time, but I have to prioritize that. But there's one thing that is going to flow into next week, and that's working on my portfolio. I was really hoping to get further along in that, but I wasn't able to spend as much time. I did go ahead and confirm for the book fair, so my books will be available for the Lucknow book fair and the Pune book fair. So in case you are in any of those cities, check it out. My books will be there. The other thing that I was really spending too much time thinking about yesterday, I finally decided not to go ahead with that at least this year. I'll see next year if that's something I want to still do. Then I'll decide then. Basically, it came down to the cost, and I don't feel I am in that position yet to invest that kind of money into something like this. I know if money was not a factor, I would have definitely gone ahead for that, but that's what it is now. Now I'm just getting through my inbox. I have 0 inbox right now, but I am still working on 4 emails. These are not something that I have to reply to necessarily. I have to just look into these things and do some work related to that. One of the emails that has been increasing for me is getting contacted by different companies, different brands to... Sorry for that, something just came up, so I had to quickly reply to that. But I was saying about getting brands emailing to collaborate with them on different things. And it's very new to me, this whole thing. For the longest time, I had not monetized my channel, even though I was eligible for it. And now finally, when I did, I have been slowly getting brands contacting me. But I believe because my channel is still pretty small, pretty niche, I don't get a whole lot of brands contacting me, which is nice because sometimes something just keeps coming up. But quickly, so I haven't been getting a whole lot of emails from brands, but I have also realized that I have to have some of my own boundaries around what kind of content I do for brands. And I'm realizing that when people contact for just affiliate products, I'm beginning to realize where the problem lies with those kind of things. Not to say that I don't do it or I won't do it. It has to really make sense for me. Like, I really use Plottr, so it makes sense if I talk about Plottr and I share the affiliate link for Plottr. But just randomly companies asking me to get onto their programs and have an affiliate link for it. Especially, I get contacted by many companies that provide some kind of a service to self-published authors. But in that case, I feel I'll be just making free content and trying hard to promote their products for free just to get a cut from any other person making purchase from my links. And I feel that's just way too much work, and that's not something that I am in a position to invest that much time into it when I don't have clear values for on every side, for the brands, for myself, and for you. I don't see that being a balanced equation. So I'm realizing that I need to have a good set of rules that I go through, and if it does not satisfy everything, then I should just say no. And in most cases, it has been pretty simple and pretty easy for me to simply say no, because a lot of times brands, especially if someone contacts me for cosmetics or skincare or something like that, I'm like, have you seen my content? Do I talk about those things? I mean, I really wish sometimes people who contact content creators do a little bit of research. I feel they just throw a big net and see whoever picks that up. I don't know. It's all so new to me, and I'm learning how all this works. But I'm not in that position to invest way too much time, and I want it to be a balanced thing. So those have been easy for me to do. Anyways, let's get back to these 3 emails.
I know we can't pick and choose. I might just fall for you. It's not all win nor lose. No black and white, there's color too. And I know how bad this sounds, but
most everything is done that I can finish this week. The only thing that is left, which I'm going to do it over the weekend, is just review this week, plan for the next week. I usually do that in my Notion, so I'll do that over the weekend. I don't want to sit right now because it's getting late and I want to quickly wrap up now, and I have a lot of editing to do, so I have my doubts whether this video will go up today or probably tomorrow, more realistically tomorrow, so we will see. While these files are transferring, I think I'll go and quickly run some errands and come back.
guess you're not that bad. Did I say that? What's the point in loving someone morally confusing? It's not likely, it's so unlike me. Oh, I can't shake this feeling, 'cause I think I'm falling for the villain, and it's not looking like a good decision. Oh.
So the short errand turned into a very long one, and I'm just getting home now. So all I'll be doing here on will be editing this video, this vlog, try to get it up at least by tomorrow. And yeah, I hope this was interesting to see how and what my work week looks like. And if you find it interesting, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to take you along with me on another work week, because for me, my work weeks look very different from week to week. Things always come up and I have to reassess everything. So it's slightly different every time. And if you're interested, I can take you along another day. But now I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.